Hello everybody, welcome back to the class. Now in this class what we are going to talk about, we are going to start a very new chapter. Naya chapter. Naya chapter. So in this class what we are basically going to talk about, we are going to talk about economies of maintenance and spares management. So what is this all about? Routine checkup. How many of you have heard about routine checkup? Suna? Nahi suna? The people who are at a very old age, people used to go to doctor a lot of times, very oftenly. So, on a regular basis for the routine checkup, right? So, what happens over there? That why that routine checkup takes place? That routine checkup takes place so that in case of any failure or in case of, any of blunders, you will come to know about at a very early stage. आपको बहुत पहले ही पता चल जाए कि आने वाले टाइम में क्या गड़बड़ होने वाली है, इसलिए आप routine checkup के लिए जाते हैं. So just like that, each and everything over here is required to be maintained properly. So you guys do have a cycle or you do have a scooty bike, कुछ भी है आपके पास, cycle है, anything that is over there. You need to maintain it. If you are not maintaining it properly, that will break down. तो वो break down हो जाएगा. You are making your cycle run. You are basically using your cycle each and every day, but you never used to basically pump the air. You never used to fill air into the tires. Never happened. Never ever happened into your lives. So what is going to happen, beta? अब क्या होगा? Now that will break down. That will break down. ठीक है? Now, moving on to next. This is going to be our topic for the day. So production facility each and every time requires maintenance, because it is well said that we guys have basically heard about that prevention is better than cure. Prevention is better than cure. So when it comes to this, after that, what we are going to talk about that preventive maintenance. Now, what is preventive maintenance? Preventive maintenance over here refers to system of scheduled planned maintenance. Now, what this maintenance is going to do? This maintenance is basically going to help the business in minimize the problems of breakdown. Minimize the problems of breakdown maintenance. After that, by looking at the maintenance, what you will do, you are going to locate the weak parts. कि कौन सा part weak होने वाला है जो खराब हो जाएगा. You are going to locate the weak parts and provide them regular inspection. And in most of the cases, what happens that you are going to replace those weak parts, which you come to know about that there is a danger of breakdown, because these weak parts gives you a breakdown. They might give you a breakdown, right? By the regular inspection, you can reduce the danger. If a machine is over there, the machine is operating, then you guys can basically looking at making a regular inspection of your machinery, making a regular inspection of the work center. You guys can reduce the danger, because you will come to know about which are the weak parts over there associated, right? Now, moving on to next. So, what this helps out? It helps in reducing the breakdowns. It helps in reducing anticipated breakdowns. Not anticipated, unanticipated breakdowns. Unanticipated breakdowns. By this, what is going to happen? The unanticipated breakdowns, if they are going to reduce, definitely what we are talking about? Okay, the availability of equipment is going to rise. Availability of equipment is going to rise. Equipment will rise. Right. After that, they are going to maintain the optimum productivity or the product efficiency. Okay, let's leave it. So, although if I'll talk about preventive maintenance, this is costly. This is really costly. If I'll talk about preventive maintenance, it's really costly affair. Because to maintain the cost and the valuation of work done by the department will show you that what are the benefits of preventive maintenance. It's costly, but somehow you will come to know about that it's really effective as well. Now, you have done your preventive maintenance, then how you are going to evaluate it? How the evaluation of preventive maintenance is going to be taken. So the very first is inspection incomplete, which are incomplete, and how many inspections you have scheduled. Inspection scheduled into 100. So inspection that is incomplete, so incomplete रह गया. Let us suppose you have scheduled 100 inspections. Out of this, only 90 is what you have done and 10 are incomplete. So this is going to be 10 upon 100 into 100, right? So this is going to be 10%. So for a good maintenance, for a good preventive maintenance, this should be less than 10% all the time. अगर आपकी preventive maintenance आप चाहते हैं अच्छी हो, so that should be less than 10%. Now after that, if we are going to talk about basically the hours or the performance of department, that should be hours worked for maintenance. Hours worked for maintenance. For how many hours your department has worked for the maintenance part, and how many are the scheduled hours in a particular day. Scheduled hours. So if the per day shift is 8 hours, out of that, how many hours basically they have worked upon the maintenance? They have worked on 2 hours on maintenance. This is going to be 4. This is going to be 25% then, right? So this is going to be the performance of department. Performance of department. How many hours they have worked on maintenance upon scheduled hours. Okay, after that, if I'll talk about downtime as a ratio of available hours. As a ratio of available hours. So this is going to be compared against the working hours of each company. Sir, नहीं आया कुछ भी समझ नहीं आया. अच्छा, wait. Let me show you. This is derived by basically a formula. That means downtime. Your machine was down for a particular time. That is a downtime. Downtime upon available hours. Okay. So this is going to be working days. Working days into hours per day. Hours per day into number of machines. So this is going to be the ratio. Right? Got it? थोड़ा सा complicated आ गया, कोई बात नहीं. So first of all, you are going to find out the downtime, for how much time the machine was down. How much are the available hours? After that, how many are the working days? How many hours per day? And how many machines were there? Right? After that, what we are going to talk about? We are going to talk about the frequency of breakdown. The frequency of breakdown. For how many times the breakdowns have taken place? I mean, number of breakdowns. And after that, upon available machine hours. Available machine hours. Right? After that, if I'll talk about the effectiveness, how much effective was your planning? Effectiveness of planning. To find out this, labor hours. It's labor hours which you have scheduled on maintenance. You have prepared a schedule that every day every labor will be spending 2 hours from their daily schedule into maintenance, and to total hours of maintenance. And total hours of maintenance. That means total hours, and above that is labor hours, right? Total hours and labor hours. After that, what are the advantages of preventive maintenance? Why we basically look after preventive maintenance? Why we are looking after preventive maintenance? So it means by using preventive maintenance, you can reduce the breakdown. You will come to know about कि weak part कौन सा है, and maintenance, right? After that, great safety to workers. If there is, अच्छा अवतार किशन वाली पिक्चर देखी है तुम लोगों ने? नहीं देखी है. Just because of if a machine is not working properly, then what can happen? Any of the incidents can be caused, and the workers might get damaged. The workers might suffer an injury. उनका injury भी हो सकती है, right? So great safety to workers. After that, fewer large scale repairs. If we came to know about, if you are following the preventive maintenance, then there are going to be very few cases when it comes to large scale repair. Every time you will be facing such kind of things where you will be finding very small, minute repairs which can be done very easily. Okay, less standby. Standby over here refers to the idle time which the labor is spending. So let us suppose if a labor used to work 8 hours per day, and a particular day for 3 hours the machine stopped working. 3 घंटे के लिए machine stopped working. So 3 hours will be waste. Your 3 hours will be waste. So the standby time can be reduced. After that, lower unit cost. How that can be said? Beta, if for 3 hours they got wasted, how many hours labor have worked? For sir, 5 hours. In 8 hours they used to make 8 units. In 5 hours they will make 5 units only, right? These 3 units is what you have been caused as a loss. Then में 8 unit बनती थी, you can make 8 units in a particular day, whereas you have made only 5. Then what is going to happen? Your price is going to rise because cost is increasing. After that, better product quality. If the machines are working properly, you are not getting any kind of issues or blunders in the middle of that, then better product quality will be served. Increased equipment life. And better industrial relations. How's a better industrial relations with your competitors? No, with your customers. If you are delivering the goods on time, the machine is working properly, you can deliver the goods on time. So better simple सी approach. और example, आटा पिसवाने जाते हो तुम लोग. I'm talking to those students who have taken basically classes who were belonging to that Hindi wala part, but still they have taken classes in English as well. So how many of you have seen that आटा चक्की देखिए. If his machine stopped working, what is going to happen? The customers are going to beat him. खाने को रोटी नहीं हमारे घर में, तेरी चक्की नहीं चल रही है तेरी, हैं? So such kind of things generally will happen there. After that, now proceeding towards the next part, that is routine maintenance. Now, what is routine maintenance? Routine maintenance क्या होती है? अच्छा, if I'll talk about, this is done generally when equipment is running. Sir, it's not visible, sir. Okay, if equipment is running and they are pre-planned shutdowns, so what happens over there? How many of you heard about Maruti? Maruti used to take a 3-day shutdown every time just to look after their maintenance. So that is a pre-planned shutdown, a routine maintenance part. In every 6 months, Maruti used to take a shutdown for 3 days. Acha. Got it? Chale aage. Now moving on to next beta. Now, talking about rest of the things, there are a lot of factors. When we are going to talk about the routine maintenance, there are a lot of things which are required. So, what is going to happen? Maintenance techniques. What kind of maintenance techniques you are applying, that basically matters a lot. Are you still using those techniques which are equipped with labor and blah blah blah, so many things? So, at so many places, depending upon company to company, in many of the companies you will find that the breakdown cost, if I'll talk about in any of the cases, if breakdown occurs, then the cost is so high that they have to keep standby machines. That means they have to keep extra machines, that in case breakdown ho jata hai, then we have an extra machine which is going to take care of that breakdown. जो उस breakdown का ध्यान रखेगी. Right? So, because the cost is too high, the company cannot afford the breakdown. Now, so the standby machine is employed to avoid downtime. वो machine नहीं काम कर रही है, it's okay, you can use the second machine to avoid the downtime. So now the question arises, if I'll talk about how many standby machines? How many machines? How many machines should I require? Okay, then after that, if a machine has been employed, how much space will that need? Right? After that, how much will be the depreciation? Beta machine खरीदोगे, professional बनने वाले हो, then you are going to tell them that this much is going to be the fallen value of the asset, the wear and tear part. Right? After that, the periodic checking or the periodic inspection of that standby machine is necessary. पता चले the machine for which you were talking about, ये तो breakdown हो गई, and this standby machine was over there kept in a particular place. When we looked after this machine, this was also not working because we never had any kind of inspection on the standby machine. हमारे पास जो extra machine थी, हमने उस पर कभी ध्यान ही नहीं दिया. जब खराब हुआ तो देखा standby machine भी नहीं चल रही. Right? So this is done all the time. Such kind of calculations are required to be made. Right? सर ये कैलकुलेशन हमें पढ़नी है, that does not form a part of your syllabus. Now आगे चलते हैं. Next is maintenance organization. Maintenance organization. If I talk about a particular business, then 50 to 60% of the expenditure is all the time made on production and building. Every time. Okay. So when it comes to maintenance organization, very few companies have this organization. This organization or this department, if I'll talk about this department, basically looks after the upkeep of instruments, that the instruments are working properly. Upkeep of instruments. You will hardly find this department anywhere. India में यही होता है बेटा. Constructions हैं, बड़े-बड़े ideas हैं, but maintenance is nowhere. सिंपल सा आइडिया दूं, हैव यू सीन द पब्लिक यूरिनल्स? देखे हैं कभी? साफ होते हैं? नहीं है सर, साफ नहीं है. Why they are not? Because they lack maintenance. There is no maintenance department. Everybody is looking for Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, but nobody is looking after such kind of things. They are if you visit any kind of wholesale market, you will come to know about बेचारे लोग ही दुखी हैं. Right? So what happens over there? This is sufficient, yeah. This is sufficient. Now moving on to next. Let me show you a diagram. So what happens? It is advisable to take 3 to 6 managers when it comes to each and every maintenance part. So this can be one of the bifurcations. Works and service center. Then it's the maintenance shop. So this maintenance shop is over there. Right? So overall, who is going to look after overall? Who is going to look after the spare fabrications, electrical repair shop, planning and drawing office? So they have made particular departments. When it comes to maintenance, then how it is going to work? After that, if I'll talk about maintenance engineering, maintenance contracts, will that be done on your internal basis, or on or somebody will be hired from the external organization, outside the organization? How the planning will be done? Will the operation will work or the maintenance will work? What kind of services will be there in the maintenance? Shops, will that relate to breakdown or will that be preventive? Will you be waiting for the breakdown, after that maintenance will be taken care of, or you are moving on, prevention is better than control, is better than cure, right? Prevention is better than cure, है ना? गाड़ियों में सीट बेल्ट नहीं लगाते हैं आप लोग, चलिए आगे चलते हैं. This was just basically an estimation that what kind of structure can be over there. This can be centralized, this can be decentralized. This is a decentralized one. Now, if I'll again talk about the routine maintenance, then what happens over there? That there are some kind of maintenance request. Maintenance request. So this should be made all the time to the center point in organization. To the center point in organization. Okay. So I mean, after that you have maintained onto the center point without the supervision of the maintenance department. Nothing shall be carried on. Nothing shall be carried on. Because if the supervision of maintenance department is not there, then it will lead to the wastage of resources. If you are required to do a particular inspection, the supervision of maintenance department is necessary. सर क्या बकवासबाजी चल रही है ये भी, है ना? मेरे को भी सेम यही लग रहा था. चलो आगे चलते हैं. Now, if I'll talk about the records, each and every time, how many of you have visited such kind of, if you visit to washrooms or you visit to restrooms, you will find over there that there is a chart. Restrooms के बाहर बेटा बहुत बार एक chart लगा होता है. That relates to cleaning. Cleaning over here talks about, there is a chart and there are the serial numbers. This is the time schedule, done, and after the signature of the person who has done that. This is a maintenance part. So this is the cleaning part. Whether the cleaning has been done or to relating to a particular restroom or not. If restroom is not cleaned for, let us suppose, for a month, what is going to happen? Sir, पागल हो जाएंगे सब लोग बैठे बैठे वहाँ पे. Okay, महीने की बात कर रहा हूँ, हफ्ता. Okay. Now, when it comes to maintenance, when it comes to an effective maintenance, if I'll talk about an effective maintenance, which is going to be very effective to your company, that will give you each and every kind of advantages as well. So if that comes to effective maintenance, there are some requirements. Requirements to be fulfilled. Right. After that, what is going to happen? First of all, there should be good supervision. The supervision relating to the maintenance department, that should be good all the time. There should be good supervision. After that, if I'll talk about good and clear instructions, so a kind of instructions have been given to the subordinate. They should be clear and they should be good and clear instructions. After that, proper control of work. Proper control of work and coordination. And coordination. The coordination among the department which is seeking maintenance and the maintenance department. The department which has applied for the maintenance and the maintenance department. The coordination between them should be proper. So after that, the people who are doing the maintenance, they should be well equipped with good training. The training should be given to them, that should be properly very good. If the training is not proper, that cannot work upon. After that, good schedule maintenance program. Good schedule maintenance program. Maintenance program. Right. After that, okay, proper record maintenance. Proper record maintenance. Okay, so if I'll talk about, by using these techniques, any of the maintenance part, any of the maintenance, it's not effective management beta, this is effective maintenance. Okay, let me correct it for you guys. This is effective maintenance. If these things are over there, every time the maintenance is going to be great. And you can also write it as adequate stock of spare parts. If a part basically discovers to be weak, then what is going to happen? You should have an adequate stock of spare parts which are required to be replaced. वो replace करने के लिए आपके पास part होना चाहिए. अब आपने machine खोल दी, you do not have the ample amount of spare parts available, then you are going to wait for the spare part to arrive. That is again going to cause a lot of problems. Okay, should I go ahead now? Now, if I talk about the maintenance part, each and every time you guys will come to know about when it comes to management. When it comes to management, management has been given two options all the time. The very first option is, if you come to know about any of the defects, or if you come to know about any maintenance problem, then what is going to happen? Either the management is going to repair the machine, or equipment. Either that machine or either that equipment will get repaired until it breaks down. मतलब गाड़ी खराब हो गई है, you are getting it repaired again and again, and you are moving it like that it is going to run till जब तक expiry date नहीं आ जाती. Okay. Now, next is to replace the equipment before its life ends. So, what will happen? Let us suppose machine X carries 15 years of life. What happens after a period of 5 years? क्या हुआ? ये खराब हो गई. You get it repaired. After a period of 8 years, it got failed again. You get it repaired again. Using the same phenomena, after 10 years, it got repaired. It requires a repairment again, and you have done that. After 12 years, again repair. After 15 years, again repair. After that, it ends. Right? So, when it comes to the approach B, what does it say? You have a machine Y that will run for 10 years. After a period of 5 years, it requires the repair part. After a period of 10 years, it again requires the repairment, but you have made an end over there and you have sold it. कि machine पुरानी हो गई है, बेचो यार, दूसरी लेके आओ. So which one is better? Which approach is better? Approach A or approach B? Which is better? Sir, approach A is better. No, because by the time the machine is going to be that much, older one, that the repair part is going to increase. जितनी पुरानी ज़्यादा, उतनी ज़्यादा repair. Right? So that requires a calculation as well. तुम लोग ज़्यादा टक्कर मत मारना. Now, moving on to next. If I'll talk about replacement of a particular machine. Now, what does the replacement means? Previously, you guys used to have Nokia 1200. Now, you guys have smartphones with you. You have replaced the machinery. Why you have replaced the machinery? क्यों करी आपने machine replace? So, wear and obsolescence, they are basically one of the major aspects. If I'll talk about the technology obsolescence, that is also one of the major aspects. Nokia 1200, that has become obsolete now. अब आप उसको नहीं चला सकते. That cannot do anything over there. That has become obsolete. That do not work anywhere. You cannot work using Nokia 1200. So, now moving further, what are going to be the objectives of maintenance? This is basically what you guys have which you guys know about really very well. So, let me write it over there. Objectives of maintenance. That why we are carrying out such kind of maintenance. हम maintenance कर क्यों रहे हैं? That okay, to keep all facilities all facilities in working condition? So that each and every facility which is associated with your company should be there in working condition. If anything goes wrong, then you have to suffer damages, right? To assure products delivered to customer on time. Products delivered to customer. Delivered to customer on time. If the machine stopped working, will the customer be able to get the product on time? If you guys will come to know about that Domino's is unable to serve the pizza in 30 minutes, will you order? Na sir, हम तो और order करेंगे because tanana nana re pizza आयो free. Okay, to assure products delivered from to consumer on time. After that, to reduce the downtime of machine. To reduce the downtime of machine. So after that, to keep production cycle within stipulated time. To keep production cycle within stipulated time. Right, after that you have to to increase productivity of machine by avoiding the sinking of additional capital. If the machine gets break down, the productivity is going to decrease, although that will require capital as well. So what you are doing, you are increasing the productivity by making a proper maintenance. Okay, to extend useful life of plant. Useful life of plant. MDH वाले बाबा देखे तुम लोगों ने? Have you seen the MDH Baba? So he is in working condition. MDH can deliver the products on time because he was looking after his age. So each and every time that person is still alive. So he was keeping his production cycle within the stipulated time. हम लोगों की तरह नहीं कुछ भी खा लिया कुछ भी कर लिया. It increased the productivity of the machine. If you are looking after the maintenance part, it is also going to increase the life of the plant. अब बाबा machine नहीं है, that was just an example. Okay, so if you look after the maintenance, these are going to be the following advantages to your company or whatever you call it. So guys, let's do one thing. Let's solve one practical question over here. Although practical questions are not expected, still we are going to solve 1, 2, we are going to solve 2, we are going to solve 3. I'm going to solve 3 questions over here with you guys, or else I'll solve 4. Yeah, I'll solve 3. Yeah, we'll do 3. And we'll do one more theoretical portion that is relating to the spare parts management, but we'll be covering that into the next class. Bye bye, take care of yourself. We'll catch you in next class. Bye. जल्दी से जाना, जल्दी से आना, चैप्टर खत्म करना है, उसके बाद everything will be done. Bye.